Howdy folks, gonna have kind of a long form DIY video today. And over here I have a box of old phones. How did I come across a box of old phones? Well, somebody got a hold of me on my site, saw my video about making a microphone out of a phone handset, said he was interested in that, but he wasn't very handy, and asked if he could pay me to do it for him. Well, he sent me his website. I checked out his website. I actually like some of his work. So I said, sure, send me what you got. I'll take a look. So this is what he sent me. He's got a lot here. So he said he doesn't know if any of them or all of them work or none of them work. So it looks like that's the one for that. So he's got a few extras here. So I don't know. I guess I could use any of them. I kind of like that he has, oh, I've got an idea. I think I know what I'm going to do. So you also remember on my channel, I did a little stutter effect where you could plug your guitar into this and make it do a little stutter effect. Well, I'll do that with this bass. I'll make a microphone out of this, and then you can just store it on here when you're not using it. So it can just sit on your desk. This will be cool. All right, let's do that. I got to figure out how to get this phone apart. Okay, so we'll put the carbon mic to the side. I've never seen one like this before. That's a little different, but should work the same way. So let's just see if we can get this apart here. Okay, so first things first, we want to make sure the mic works. I hooked it to the jack here, got a little amp for testing. And check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2 3. Obviously it works. All right, let's see. Let's get a potentiometer here, and that goes here, and this goes here. Check 1 2, check 1 2 3, check 1 2, check. There we go. That's more what we want. Check 1 2, check 1 2 3. All right, that's better. All right, so I drilled a couple holes there. One for the jack, one for the knob. And let's go ahead and put this thing together. Now, while I had it out in the garage to drill it, I cleaned this off with some like industrial cleaner. And you can see there's still stains on it. I think those stains are just there now. Let's go ahead and make sure the pot fits. So see that? See how the pot just barely sticks up past right there on the threads? I could probably make that work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and just sand that down a little on the inside so the pot sits down a little lower. Let me go do that real quick. Okay, so sanded that out a little. Let's see if that helps. There we go. Much better. All right. So I think it's time to put this baby together. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put that cotton back in there. The cotton goes there. There we go. In fact, let's just put that back on. Oh, you can tell now, look at this. You can tell I cleaned this and I didn't clean this, because look at how much more discolored that is, but oh well. Okay, let's go ahead and test it out here. Plug it in. I know there's no knob on here, but the volume's all the way that way. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Turn it down. Check 1 2, check 1 2. So that's what we want in the middle. Check 1 2, check 1 2. There we go. So looks like everything works. First part is done. I just need to put a knob on there. Oh, heck yeah. Look how cool that looks. Sweet. So I think handset is done. Let's let's take a look at this part. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing apart. There's the little hang up thingy. And let's see here. That's the cable. I'm just gonna trim that. I don't need that. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. Okay. All right. It's kind of a cool little circuit in here. So where is our actual? This is different than the last one I took apart. So let's see. All right, so the rest of this circuitry we're not going to use. We're only going to use the dialer mechanism. But what we see here, so here is our wires. Get this tape off of there. Oh, that tape looks like it's about 100 years old. Oh my gosh. It feels like felt, it's so old. Okay, there we go. So we've got 4 wires coming out of here. We can see these wires go to 2 different switches under there. So let's see here. So this one, so which one is which? There we go. All right, so we have okay. So just like the last one, we have 2 switches. So this switch is disconnected until you let go of it. Or, yeah, that's right. It's connect. When you let go, when it stops, this one disconnects. Okay. So anytime you move this, that one is connected. So that is not the one that we want. What we want is this one that actually bounces as the gears move. We're just gonna pull those off to the side, and these are what we want to go to our jacks. So now I can just kind of tuck these in here. They're not needed, but then if Patrick wants to take this apart in the future, you can put that back on there. And then this will go back on here like that. There we go. Should be able to move those back in. Okay. And these are what are going to go to our jacks. So now, where are we going to put our jacks? So that is going to, all right. I'm gonna need to cut that little piece of metal there to get this out, so I need the Dremel. Be back in 1 sec. Okay, that made it a lot easier. I just had to cut this little bracket and I could pull that whole piece out. Granted, we've got some stray wires in here now, but that's okay. So now, if I put this back in here, I think this is gonna give us a lot more room to work. Yeah, much better. And that is upside down. Let's try that again. This way, there we go. Then these will be, and then nice, that's nice because it doesn't get in the way of our, still gives our spring for the case. Let's make sure the case top still fits on. I'm just gonna tuck that in there for right now. Make sure I didn't bend anything or whatnot. Looks like it does. Jeez, okay. Looks like that's gonna work once we get the, I'm not gonna screw it in right now, of course, but all right, I think that is gonna work. So then I should be able to put the jacks either up here or on the back maybe. Oh, I don't want it to interfere with this, so it might be best to put it on the ends. Let's see here. Okay. So what do we got here for jacks? Well, we don't want it to run into this. Boy, this is harder than it should be, huh? I think I'm gonna have to go in the back. But we don't. That's where they're gonna have to go. I think that's the only choice. Let me see a little bit further. That looks about right. Yeah, I think those are gonna work. All right. Not gonna do a super good job of tightening them right now. I just want to make sure that it's still gonna fit together with the jacks in there. All right. That's gonna be sweet. So you'll just plug into one side, out to the other. It won't matter. You can do in, this, out here, because it's completely passive circuit. So there's no real in or out. So that should work. And then I just need to wire it up. So that's the last part. So let's wire up the phone here. So at this point, I think we're ready to test it. Let's go ahead and do so. Find out if I did this right. So tuck the wires in there. So here's our amp. Got a little drone box here to test it, and then here's our thing. So we should get straight through. And then let's see what happens when we... Yeah! Ah, it's awesome. Okay, so it works. I'll go ahead and put the screws in. We're getting there. Okay, guys, this may actually be one of the coolest things I've built. So it just sits on your desk like this. It looks like an old vintage phone. Aside from a couple extra jacks and an extra knob, it looks like a vintage phone. In fact, you could even plug a little cord from here to here and people probably wouldn't even notice. But anyway, then you pick this up. You got a microphone with a volume, 1/4 inch out. And then over here, you've got an effect. In and out, either in and out or in and out, doesn't matter, either way. And then you got your stutter effect. Sits on your desk like that, and nobody would ever notice. Anyway, okay, so that is done. Next thing, let's see if I can get this carbon mic working. So if I did this correctly, we should have sound. Whoa, we've got feedback. Okay, that wasn't, something's not right. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay, swapped out the jack. Let's try this again. Oh, we didn't hear immediate. Oh, yeah, we're getting feedback. Oh, what? That? Ugh. Check 1, 2. Okay, there we go. I think that's just, hold on. That might actually be normal feedback, just because the mic is pretty close to the amp. So that actually might be what we want. I think we did it. Okay, let's get it wired up. All right, so if we did this correctly, it should be in the off position. Check 1 2, check 1 2. We are getting some feedback there, but I honestly think that's good feedback. All right. So I think we're good to go. So now I just need to find something to put this baby in, and it'll be done. Okay, folks, I found this in the recycle bin, and I'm not even sure what this is, but I think it's gonna work perfectly as a box for this microphone. So you can see I cut a hole here, drilled a hole there, drilled a hole there. Let's see if I can squeeze it all in there. So. Okay. Thanks, still waiting for glue to dry here, and I made a big old mess, but I think we're getting close. So, before I do all the finishing touches here, let's just test it out one more time. So I'll turn my amp on, plug this in, and I know that none of this is tight yet, but we'll go ahead and put the battery in here. That's not tight either. Okay, go ahead and put the battery in, and that should be the off position. So check 1 2, nothing. Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, it works. Very nice. All right, final touch here. Put this little piece of Velcro through the back. That should hold the battery like that, and the battery won't flop around inside and bang against the other parts of the circuit. And then this should fit right down on the battery like that. Oh, maybe if I can, here, I'll just push it in a little further. There we go. Okay, so that goes right on the battery like that, and then close the back on. Nice and solid. All right, so one more test. Make sure we didn't break anything. All right. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Of course, it's off, on. Check 1 2, check 1 2. It works. All right. So we made carbon mic, passive mic, and effect. Woo-wee.